you are an exciting young woman at 19. You are the CEO of a brand. I just posted on my Facebook page about yourself and your mom. I have had the privilege of spotlighting your mom, on my newspaper column. And then to now have you live on the show today, it's truly an honor. I'm raising two amazing young girls, 11 and 9. And I hope that whatever we're going to discuss today would be a source of inspiration for them as well. All right. So our guest today, once again, for those who are joining the show, is called Get Talking with Esther. We record live on Instagram. Is always, of course, shared on my YouTube page at Esther Ijewere 4. Today I'm hosting Jasmine Uboma. Jasmine, I'm going to introduce you, but I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Let's go.
So yeah, hi everyone. My name is Jasmine, as you've heard, and I'm currently a statistics student at the University of Western Ontario. I am 19, as also you heard. I'm a director in the Women in STEM chapter at Western of External Affairs. I'm the CEO of Beyond Math, which is probably why you're here. In my spare time, I like to dance, and that's something I enjoy doing, and I like to watch a lot of movies. So those are two. And I love designing houses.
Okay, you do?
Yeah, I do. I like interior design, yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's amazing. So, you've pretty much answered the first question, and that's exactly what I wanted you to do. To tell us about yourself, in a youthful way. And, I'm excited to know that, because when I hear people who are into math, STEM, in my head, I'm like, do they have time for fun? You guys do all those things, but hearing you now, I realize that you create time for fun, which is a good thing. So yeah, we're just going to get right into the show. Tell us about Beyond Math. What's the inspiration, behind it?
Yeah, so in 2020, we were all stuck at home, and my mom was like, create as some type of passion project. And I found that in school I struggled with the math thinking sections, because it's not just how you apply the formula. You have to think of a different way and in a different form of how to do it, right? And that's something that I struggled with. A lot of my peers struggled with. So, and I remember something that my grandma used to teach me, which was these these quantitative books. And I said, you know what, I want something like that, and I want to bring that to other people. And so that was kind of the inspiration behind Beyond Math, and that's how the books started. And then, so what it's become today, it's kind of just being there as a support and a resource for other students who may not have the access to grandparents who can teach them, or parents who can teach them.
Amazing. And how has it been since you started Beyond Math? The reception so far.
I think it's been good. I think that there's also a difficulty in trying to get the book out there and trying to let people awareness about the resource, I think, is the biggest thing, because for people to use it, they have to know about it, right? So I think getting it out there, but the people who do receive it and are aware of it, they find the positivity in it, and its usefulness.
Amazing. And I want you to tell us about some of your features. I saw that online, because I'm a PR consultant, and when I Google somebody's name and I'm seeing threads and I'm seeing mentions, I'm inspired already. So I see that you've got a lot of features, and CBC and other Canadian platforms. So can you tell us about those? How do you feel being out there, just being in the news, positively inspiring other people?
Yeah, it's been very crazy, honestly. Just seeing how inspired and how people see how important it is. Because when I was featured in the CBC Black History Month edition, right? That was one thing, and it was so cool. And then on top of that, like my school wrote articles on me, like about that same topic, and people have been reaching out and wanting to know how to help and how to work with me. And I think it's just amazing that people can also see the vision, you know, because that's how you know that you're really onto something that's impactful for a community. Because if people didn't buy into the vision, then how you...
Yeah, I mean, I started my media journey, I think, when I was 17 or 18, I can't remember now. And I sort of like know how it feels like, you know, at your age when you are in the face of the media. And but the good thing is we're, you know, at a time where you don't just have the media content, you also have your social media to balance your work. So when people read online, we can also come on your platform to read about you. And, you know, and I want to believe that, you know, the visibility, the reception, the encouragement you've gotten so far is the reason why you are hosting this competition in August that I am so excited to know more about. So kindly tell me about that competition and what we should expect, the demography of the people you're targeting for it.
Yeah. So our competition in August is basically testing on the content of the book, the same style. It's testing your speed and accuracy. So how fast you can answer these questions and how right are you. So that's what we're testing. We were initially targeting to like eighth graders going into high school in the next school year. However, if you feel that your child is up for it and they've practiced through the beginners and the advanced version of the book, I say go for it, because you never know. And we're awarding top 3. And so it's just going to be honestly like a really fun experience. And honestly, just kids get to challenge themselves and push themselves. And honestly, like everyone wants to be the best. So now is like you really get a marker to show, are you part of the best? Yeah.
Amazing. So, I mean, I need more information about it in terms of the timing. What date in August? What's the process? Are they supposed to register somewhere on the Beyond Math website? You know, what does it look like for those who want to be part of it?
Yeah, so we have our Beyond, like there's a competition website. I think it's beyondmathcompetition.com. I think it's on our Beyond Math website, but I will double check that and drop it in the chat. And there you can register, and then there's a registration fee that you have to pay, and then that gets you registered. In terms of studying material, like I said, it's the 2 books. If they can answer all the questions in those 2 books, that would be great. Like that, then they're perfectly set. And then the actual date is still to be determined. But anybody who's following the updates from our website, and we'll send out emails as the time goes closer for those who have registered, and they'll get the date.
Amazing. And how many questions are we looking at here?
Oh man, I think it's about 20 questions. I think it's about 20 questions.
Okay. So are there any resources, you know, available? I would assume somebody who wants to answer 20 questions have some resources available. So are there resources available prior to the competition just to prep them for the competition?
Yeah, but like I said, it's the 2 books, and if in the books, it's anyone who buys them, if you look at the page, it'll actually tell you like how quickly you're supposed to be able to answer each question. So on one of the pages, you're supposed to only take 5 minutes to figure out the formula and answer the rest of the question. So you're kind of trying to build that speed as you go on. So maybe the first one will take you 15 minutes, or maybe the first one will take you an hour. But then by the end of the book, you should be taking 5 minutes or even less. And that's how you build that speed and accuracy.
Amazing. So what's the price for those, you know, it's a competition. Are they going to win a prize for it at the end of the competition?
So grand prize is $500. So that's a big jackpot for an 8th grader.
Amazing. So, I mean, I also understand that, you know, you also have a brother who is part of Beyond Math. So it's like a whole family in this business together. How does it feel for you to be, running a business with your family. Every time I check your website, I'm inspired. I'm seeing your mother, I'm seeing your brother, I'm seeing yourself. So how does it feel just knowing that, you're from this power family, turning out value to the world? How does it feel? And what role does your brother play in Beyond Mass?
Yeah, so I think that having all of us do it, like it brings some type, like it doesn't allow pressure to be on everyone, like because I'm still in school, so it's difficult to be doing school and running a whole business by yourself. So I'm glad that I'm grateful that I'm not the only one there. My brother is really taking point on the competition. He's the one who's like building the competition, um, the app and all those things that are like the competition is kind of his thing. While I kind of do class, like I run the free classes every Saturday. That's kind of my thing. So we all kind of have our own delegated things. And my mom is chief marketer, so she's always out there marketing, and so everyone kind of has their role, and it allows it to like beyond enough to be what it is and work as seamlessly as it does.
Amazing. And, tell us more about yourself. I understand you're going to graduate in 2025,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
how are you able to combine your business? Because I choose to call it a business, even though, I mean, it is work for you, but it's still a business. How are you able to combine that with your studies and stay grounded?
My mother. my mother my mother always keeps me in track. She'll always send me a text, did you do this, did you do that? And then she's very consistent in it, so that sometimes even if I don't want to do it, just because I know that she's gonna ask, I'm just like, you know what, let me do it. So my mom, she definitely keeps me in track, which is why I'm so grateful for her being there. Yeah.
Amazing. And I want to assume that your mom is also your biggest inspiration.
For sure. For sure.
Okay. But
She
then I needed to mention three other women who inspire you. It's a question that I ask people all the time. Who are the other women who inspire Jasmine Uboma?
So yeah, number one is my mom. Number two, I think for me is Beyonce. I think that her work ethic and how involved she is in her brand and her music and all that. If you ever watched like any of her documentaries, she's so hardworking, and I think that's also something to emulate. I think another person who's inspiring to me is Michelle Obama. I think that's also on everybody's list. um, like I said, she's forging her own path and creating a pathway for herself, and she gets to do it in such an inspired way. Oh, and then a third person, geez, uh, guess it would be the Honorable Gina Gustine. She's the first Black woman elected to Parliament, and I think that um, she forged the way for a lot of us, and I think that that's really important. And she brought so many ideas, and yeah.
Beautiful. And that's a power loose you have there. Miss Augustine, Beyonce, yes, and I do agree with you. I love Beyonce's work ethic. I love it because I remember that documentary you're talking about. There was a part of that documentary where she was going off on her workouts.
Yes.
And that for me was very important because I feel like the only part of her that the world respects is a diva
Yes.
side. The businesswoman is not respected. And I saw in that video, she was really angry. Like, nope, nope, nope. She was flipping things like, no, I'm going to correct all this today. I am not happy. You're doing whatever you like. This is my work. This is my brand. And I said, yes,
Yeah.
this is the side of Beyonce we need to see,
Yeah.
right? Not the cake and icing side, the world knows for us. So what part of Beyonce's work ethic inspired you the most?
I think it's the perseverance in it, because she specifically said that she said, if I'm not tired, then they can't be tired, right?
Tired, yes.
So she keeps working at it and working at it and working at it, and doesn't let it show, and will keep going until it's perfect. And I think that's something that I I'm trying to still implement, and because you know sometimes you want to give up, sometimes you say you're too tired to do it, or it's just not working. But I mean, even someone a superstar with unlimited resources was saying it wasn't working, right? But she still continued at it. So I think that's something that I'm definitely going to try and implement.
Amazing. And where do you see your brand in 5 years?
Oh, wow. In 5 years, hopefully, Beyond Math is more publicly received in like education. I think that's something that is so important to go into schools. So yeah, that's definitely the goal in five
That's
years.
that's fantastic. And I want you to speak to a young person right now who is probably watching now, or someone who is going to watch on my YouTube when I share this video, and just tell them, that they can do it. How you got to where you are and why they shouldn't give up on their vision, on their goals.
Yeah, I think that honestly, even if what you're doing fails in a sense, there was actually no failure because it opens up another path. It gives you learning for something else, and you get to learn from those experiences and get to apply it to something else that can be bigger and greater, right? And I think also it's important to surround yourself with people who support you and support your dream, because none of this would be possible without my mom and my brother. So use your family as support, because they're the ones who really and truly look out for you.
Mm, amazing. And just before we wrap up, the interview today, what about parents? I needed to speak to parents. The last time I brought a young teenpreneur who is into air product
Mm.
based in Calgary. I don't know if you heard about her. And her business is doing well. I had her and her mom on the live session. And that was a question that I asked, both of them. Because sometimes it's not about you, it's also about your parents who need to make that decision to say, I am leaving my daughter to go into the world and explore this gift, explore this talent. So if there's a mother right now who, is finding it hard, or a parent finding it hard to release their child, into the world, like your mom has done for you, positively, of course, to discover themselves, what would you say to this parent if they come to you to say, oh, Jasmine, I just realized my daughter has this gift in business analyst, so what do you guys call it? And the thing is, I don't think I want her to face school right now. I want, how Nigerian parents are, right?
Yeah.
I need her to sit up and read, right? I don't think she's going to have time for all that. What would you say to this parent? What would you say to them to encourage them?
I think if you look at all the great people in the world who have revolutionized whatever industry they're in, it wasn't from being in their room and studying. It was from going out there and experiencing things and using their talents and pitching it to people and getting exposure, right? Frankly, most of the, like all these people like Mark Zuckerberg and all them, they quit school. And I'm not saying to tell your child to quit school, and I'm not saying that I'm not, I'm saying that they're in this, especially in Canada, in the US, like the world is not the same, and the world's um you have to put yourself out there, and I think you have to just go about it with patience and grace, honestly. And honestly, if you want to pray about it and find maybe a mentor or something who's done it before and can kind of guide you and say what works and what doesn't work and what type of things you're supposed to be looking out for, that would help. And yeah, but don't lock them in their room, because you can't really get far. You can't really get far. They're gonna end up being at the same place, and they're not gonna go to the greater heights that you know that they can go.
That's powerful. That's powerful. I can't watch you to share your story on a TEDx stage one day. You have it in you, I must say. When your mom said, oh, Jasmine is going to come on the show, I'm like, you know what? I've met you, Nina. I've seen your own passion. I can't wait to, meet with your daughter and, know more about her. So just before we go, because, the essence of the show is also to talk about this competition, I need you to, touch, very quickly on why people should be part of the competition when you start in August, where to register, and all of that bits. So let's go.
Yeah, so I think that the competition is honestly important. It's an incentive for the kids to like keep persevering through. I think it's a way to make math more fun. Because I know that when it comes to competitiveness, I know that some people really like being in that space, and it makes math more fun. There's cash prizes, so that's also a big incentive. And it just and I people like knowing that they're the best, so I think that's important for them to go through. And the registration's open now, so like I said, if you go onto the Beyond Math competition website, you can sign up. Like I said, buy the books. I also run free weekly classes on Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom. So if your kids can join that, and I work through problems with them so that they get to learn the skill. So that's also really important. And yeah.
And I also saw that when I Google your name, you also a virtual assistant. Is that you? I saw something linked to your name about virtual assistant. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I mean, just so you know, I did my homework. Somebody's gonna be mommy's high in the media. So I told her, I said, "Yeah, don't worry, right? You just do a good job and raise this fantastic young woman for us. Some of us are just going to be online checking her out, checking her progress, because we need people like you, Jasmine, to continue the work. And I want to encourage you as a mother. I want to encourage you, don't give up.
Thank you.
Right? The journey is, they always say something in Africa, the road is not quite smooth if you want to climb that ladder of success. But listen, if God gave you the vision, He's going to give you provision. Right? And I'm sure there's a reason why you are appointed for this role. There's a reason why, you were chosen in this time, to hold this mantle. So I want to encourage you, Jasmine, please do not give up. Please keep pushing yourself out there. I hope to bring you, on the show again before August for us to talk about this, and, for us to have, some sort of in-depth questions as well to know you more. Because today it's all about education. Because the mom kept saying, Esther, it's about the competition. I'm like, okay, no. I really. So thank you so much, Jasmine, for your time. Yeah. I sincerely appreciate it. And for everyone, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, I forgot to mention that anybody who participates in the competition will also receive a certificate of completion. Okay.
Yes. So just to break down, go to beyondmathcompetition.ca, right? And you're going to find the information you need. Let your children, if you're based in Canada, it's only open to people who are based in Canada, I believe. So if you're based in Canada, please go check up the website. We have family members who are based. Is it globally?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. Amazing. So it's for everybody, Nigeria, Canada, and there's a prize of $500. We need a flyer. Please tell your mother. We need to get a flyer out there to push this, right? Let's get a flyer out there to push this so we can get in. It's not about the money. It's about building these children's capacity as well. Some of them have the talent. Some of them have the skill set. And if we don't get information to the right, people, we might be missing the audience, your real audience who really need this. So I'm saying to you all, please follow Jasmine on Beyond Math. Follow our mom as well at Triple Consulting, right? Triple J Consulting, right? To know more about them. Jasmine is an amazing, 19-year-old girl in Canada, doing amazingly well, making us proud. I am proud to know this beautiful young woman and a mother. I am proud to know that there's a young woman out there that I would, I can reference and tell my daughter, you know what? Check her out. Check her out. Check Jasmine out. Right. So Jasmine, thank you very much. Before you go, just a few words before you go, and then something positive for people out there.
Yeah. Also, again, it slipped my mind again, but the winner also will receive the Black Youth Excellence Award from Canada.
So can we go over that again? Because I want to make sure that we get all of the information. So what are the prizes, right? Because I wish please run it again.
We have three cash prizes for the top 3 winners, the highest being at first place $500. Everyone who participates in the competition will receive a certificate of completion, and then the winner will also receive the Black Youth Excellence Award.
Okay, and what is the demographic? Who are the target audience for this?
And this is for mostly 8th graders going into high school the next school year. But like I said, if you have any child who's very talented in math and can complete both of the math books, honestly, sign them up.
Okay, fantastic, amazing. I'm going to share more. Please, this video is going to be available on my YouTube channel at Esther Ijewere 4. I'm just going to put that up here. You would see the video there. Please add on and watch it when it's available for more information. The competition is still in August, so believe me, I'm going to be talking about it from now to August. I'm also going to bring in a hope, at some point on the show to talk about the inspiration and the support she's giving her daughter and how people should prepare for this competition in August. Because I didn't know it was for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Come on. We need to put this out there. I thought it was just for people in Canada. So thank you so much for clearing that, because I would have just gone to put that in the description of my YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone, for joining. So, Jasmine, before you go, something positive.
Oh, something positive. Don't give up and keep persevering, and it gets better.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you, everyone. Once again, follow Jasmine at _beyond_math. A mother at Triple J Consulting. If you want to bring them, if you want to interview them, if you want to know more about their business at beyondmath.ca. Thank you, Adi, for joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a wonderful week, and I wish you well. Bye, Jasmine, and see you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.